Well, let's bring in CTV News political analyst Eric Ham to talk a little bit more about testimony for Michael Cohen. We spoke last week, and one of the things that no doubt that the defense is taking straight aim at is his credibility, and I'm curious, how is that playing out in the eyes of the court?
That's a really good question, and we know that when he gets back on the stand today, the defense is expected to continue to attack him over his issues of credibility. Now, we know last week they brought up a central issue of a 90-second phone call where they believe Michael Cohen actually lied during that phone call on the stand where he said he talked to Donald Trump. It's unclear how that will play with the jury and what this all will mean as it relates to not only his testimony, but the corroboration that has been provided where he actually links Donald Trump to the falsification of business records. But we know that's going to be a central issue that is going to be addressed today. And of course, we know the prosecution has a lot of work to do on redirect to try to rehabilitate him as a witness.
What happens next after Cohen's testimony wraps up?
Well, after his testimony wraps up, we know that the prosecution is going to rest their case, and it's unclear at this time if the defense is actually going to put on an actual case or if they too will actually rest as well. So the jury could actually be getting this case in a matter of days, and we could actually be seeing a verdict perhaps in just a matter of weeks as well.
We've been hearing from Trump outside of the courthouse. He's claiming that this is a political witch hunt, but he also claims that the judge is essentially interfering in a presidential election. How is that playing out in the eyes of the American people?
Well, that theme and thread is breaking through with, I think, a lot of voters. And what's also striking about this is we're seeing a number of lawmakers from Washington as well as from across the country, MAGA supporters, who are also at the courthouse supporting Donald Trump, and they're actually speaking from the exact same talking points that Donald Trump is. And it's pretty striking because, again, we're talking about lawmakers who have taken oaths to the Constitution, and what we're seeing is a similar idea that somehow a nation of law simply is broken because what we're seeing play out is somehow unfavorable to Donald Trump. And it's pretty striking. And it's also seen as a culmination or continuation of the attacks that we saw on January 6th, where first we saw an attack against the actual government itself. Now we're seeing an attack against the very principle of the United States as this nation of laws. And it's unclear how that's going to play out in the election ahead.
Well, it's going to be an interesting week, that's for sure. CTV News political analyst Eric Ham, we appreciate the update. Thank you.
Thank you.